Thought I could count on you. I thought we had a deal. I gave you all I had. Put you in front of friends. It was me and you. For it was one of them. I introduced you to them. I should have seen it then. It was never about me. It's what I could do for you. What you could get about me. Who I could introduce you to. I knew the truth, still there was nothing I would do for you. A fool for you. You break my legs, still jump through hoops for you. I thought we had a deal. 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 It's hard to let you go when I'm still holding on. Said I should leave you, I don't need you, should be moving on. This shit is stupid hard, and I ain't ready for it. Said I should leave you, I don't need you, I ain't ready for it. They weren't there for it, no, they weren't there, were they? They weren't there when she despaired to have her prayers working. She wanted to die daily, and I was 9 maybe. I'm on the couch with mom, talking about don't cry, baby. We'll be alright, baby. Yeah, we gon' make it through. I'm scared to death inside, but I know I can't let it through. I ain't know where to turn, I didn't know what to do. You gave me hope when there was none. I owe my life to you. I thought we had a deal.
Leave me not ready to let you go. Let you go. I'm begging, don't leave me. Take anything you want, everything if you want it.
You gave my life purpose before it had any. You gave me courage when I didn't have any. We were the best of friends before I had any. I gave you all I had. You turned your back to me. You set a trap for me. I never seen it coming. You had me blind to if I didn't want to feel you numb it. You left my life a wreck, and I hate you for it. I'm still in love with you, and I hate you for it.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to St. John Live. My name is Mike St. John. I am a long-term recovery. My sobriety clean date's June the 1st, 2016. We're back. We've been gone for a few weeks. We've been super busy up here in Richmond, Kentucky. Family, the houses, just life in general. But there was enough people texting me this morning. Are you going live? Are you going live? So here we are. We're live tonight. Grateful to be here. Grateful to be clean and sober, man. Huge shout out to Protea Behavior and Health Counseling. Doing some amazing things, man. Shout out to St. John Recovery, my wife, the boss, Marie St. John. Anybody in here watching, man, if you're struggling, hit us up in the comments. Let us know what you're going through. And, we'll try to help you. But I'm going to give some shout outs here to my page sponsors. One Stop Phone Shop out of London, Kentucky, 606-657-2750. Josh Maxey and Daryl Hudson. Any of your iPhone needs, Apple needs, Android needs, laptop, anything you need electronic, they got it. Shout out to Adam Larkin with GetLive.com. Adam's doing some amazing things in the recovery community. Always somewhere, different place, different city, different town, just showing out. If you don't care, post your sobriety clean dates in the comments, please, and let us know where you're watching from. And I got mine posted in there. If y'all don't care, we got 16, 17 in here. Hit that heart button, man. Let's get this shared out. Listen, we got people dying every day. Fentanyl, heroin is taking over. And, we're probably losing somebody right now, to be honest with you. St. John Recovery, Richmond, Kentucky. We have beds available. Intake 859-300-1503. The Protea Center in Somerset, Kentucky. 606-485-9323. They also have beds available. Anything you're going through, if you need help, reach out to somebody on this page. They can get you in touch with the right people at the right time. And I'm going to get in these comments, give some shout-outs before we get started. Let's run back up to the top. Got my wife, Marie St. John, always holding the fort down. Got Adam Larkin in here. Curtis Collins, I see you. Wah. Kenny Daniels, I see you. Tabitha Stepp. Listen, Tabitha's doing some awesome things in Richmond, man. Me and my wife's known her for the last couple of years, man, and she was out there, man, in the bottoms. You know, she's got a job now. She just bought a car. Amazing. Just like, we're super proud of you. Matt Carlson, good evening. Lisa Marie Reed out of Indiana. Kelsey Don, I see you. 28-day intake coordinator. There we go. Huh? Show out then one time. Sean Chasteen, welcome. Who else we got in here? Let's see. These comments just went crazy on us. But yeah, I'm just grateful to be back, man. Like I said, we've been gone for a few weeks, man. We've been super busy, but, you know, just grateful to be in position, man, to be a shining light. You know, me and my wife had the opportunity to go over to Hyden, Kentucky this week and speak for, you know, the Attorney General, Dameron Cameron, and we met some awesome people, man. And, you know, it's just amazing, just the position God's put us in, the doors that's been opened. You know, is life hard? Yeah. Is life crazy? Yeah. Do we get aggravated? Yeah, we do. But guess what? We ain't got to use today. We don't got to pick up. You know, alcohol and drugs will not take care of our problems as bad as we think they will, but they won't. There was somebody else in these comments. I forgot who it was. Yeah, June the 3rd, Corbin, Kentucky, St. John Live, Hometown Hope, Corbin Civic Center, man. If y'all missed it last year, you know, today is my dad's birthday. You know, he passed away a few days before my event last year, and I don't remember much of the event last year because I cried the whole time. But, you know, this year should be, I hope it's pretty awesome. You know, we're just going to show up and let God do his thing and carry a message. We got some amazing speakers coming in, some amazing sponsors, some amazing, you know, giveaways, door prizes. So mark it down on the calendar, June the 3rd, Corbin, Kentucky, 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. I'm going to bring my guest in here, man, tonight. You know, it's one of my good buddies. We actually got the same clean date, sobriety date, whatever program you work, it don't matter. We're sober, clean, whatever you want to talk about. But, you know, me and this guy, we go way, way back, man. We're from the same hometown, London, Kentucky, Corbin, Kentucky, that area. We worked together. We traveled together. We stayed high together. You hear me? We'd meet on the job site, and he'd buy. Never mind. He would get some stuff off of me, and I would get some stuff off of him. And listen, we'd work 12, 14 hours a day, man. High as boat gas. You hear me? Don't know how we made it home, but God got us home, and that's all that matters. But I'm going to bring him on here, man. Matt Allen, what's going on?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Buddy, I was telling them that we about got us in trouble. You hear me?
I heard that.
I had to regroup for a minute, but no. That's what I was telling them, man. We're from the same town, same clean date, sobriety date, whatever program you work. And, you know, we've been in the madness together, man, and now we're in a solution together, man. It's just it's amazing to see where we come from and just to see what we're doing today. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, full circle, man.
Yes, sir. So what's been going on with you, big guy?
Buddy, just working, staying busy.
Going to the gym, huh?
Going
some guns. Yeah. So what's been going on other than that?
Man, just well, you can see I'm here working late. You know, I worked all day providing services to clients, and now I'm here at the new house, man, getting it together, getting ready to open it in a week. Real excited about that.
Yeah, you're working daylight to dark, ain't you, bud?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So let's rewind the story some, man. Let's get back into you know, tell us a little bit about your story when you was out there in the madness, and then we'll get into the solution. But, you know, because you got a good story, man, and you know, I remember you always post it, man, that, you know, the day they knocked on your door was the day they rescued you. And, you know, back in the day when we was in the madness, when they knocked on the door or arrested us, you know, they weren't there to rescue us. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, man. For me, man, probably like a lot of people, using started out fun, early in high school, middle school, you know, drinking, smoking, you know, on the weekend, or, you know, everybody starts off as a weekend warrior.
Yeah. Weekend warrior.
Yeah. And, what happened, man, I started using every day, and then people around me, like, kind of drifted apart, man. They didn't, you know, they wouldn't like me. And I noticed I wouldn't like them. And, you know, back then I didn't understand what I suffered from, man. I can remember raiding mom's medicine cabinet, taking pills. I didn't even know what they were.
Well, yeah.
Just trying to change the way I felt, man.
Yep. So what like when did you actually start using? Like can you rewind the tape to like, the first time you got felt, whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean?
Man, the first time I took a drink of alcohol, I grew up in a home. My dad was an alcoholic for a long time. He's been sober for almost 10 years now. When my mom got sick, he quit drinking. But I grew up in a home, man, where that was normal. So drinking every day was just normal to me, man. My dad drank every day. My uncles would come over; they would all drink. I would go get them beer, and obviously I would slip and drink some.
Well, yeah.
Early on, man, I was probably 12, 13, sneaking around, smoking cigarettes, drinking. But when I first started using drugs, I was probably about 15. A buddy of mine had a little bit of weed. We started smoking it, and next thing you know, it was a few Xannies and some pain pills, and man, it just escalates so quick for people. Man, like I don't know when enough is.
No.
Like I said, other people could quit, and I couldn't.
Right. And I can relate to that because, my dad was, always into madness. My mom, you know what I'm saying? She really wasn't, but drugs, pot, money, pills, man, that's what I grew up looking at. You know what I'm saying? I grew up stripping, I called it stripping tobacco at a young age, but in reality today, I can tell the truth. We was stripping marijuana. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know there was a such thing as different types of marijuana, bud, shake, and brown stuff, green stuff. And, I was always taught, even though I grew up in a dope home, that, drugs are bad for you. Don't do drugs. And then going to school, I was in the DARE program, man. And, here these cops are talking about drugs are bad for you and all these commercials on TV. And then you go home and you're right in the middle of it. You know what I'm saying? So, I understand today that it's hard to grow up. And, alcohol in the refrigerator, that's what normal people do. You know what I'm saying? But, marijuana, pills, guns, and money, like, that's not a normal household to grow up in. So, for me, even though I was taught, hey, don't do this, don't do that, drugs are bad for you. If the police show up, don't say nothing. But, no wonder I ended up doing what I did. You know what I'm saying? Or getting high, stealing weed, smoking, just whatever. You know what I'm saying? Was your home like that?
No, I mean, like I said, my dad drank every day. My parents probably knew there was something wrong with me. They didn't know how to help me. So they told me if I was going to do that kind of stuff, do it at home. So I was allowed to use at home. So all my friends would come over. That was the spot to hang out, and we could party. Because to them, if I was home, I was okay.
And I'm glad you said that because, people would come to our house, even though there was people always coming in and out. But when I was able to use drugs in the garage, and my parents was okay with it, like my dad was, but my mom, she knew, but she didn't know because my mom, like, she plays like she didn't see nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that gave me the easy access as I'm allowed to get high no matter what it is,
Mm-hmm.
And like, that's not cool. You know what I'm saying? Like today, looking back, that's not cool.
I can remember one time when my mom had a prescription of Percocets filled, and I was sneaking and taking them, and they started noticing. So my dad got on a piece of paper and would write how many was in there. I would just mark it out whenever I took some.
No.
Yeah.
Yay. I've never heard that.
Yeah.
Listen, my mom would go get her Xanaxes. I knew when she was going. I knew when she was going to the pharmacy. I would text her to say, hey, Mom, get my cigarettes. And she'd be like, well, I'm almost at the store. So I knew within 7 or 8 minutes she'd be home, right? As soon as she would come home, she'd lay her purse down and go use the bathroom every time. And I'm the only person in the house. I would army crawl to her purse and get me a handful of Xanaxes, just wanting a few, but time you dump them, there's 20 it comes out. And I'd throw that pill bottle back in there, and Mom would use the bathroom and come back. She's like, Mike, you been in my pills? No, Mom, I swear. No, Mom. And I'm the only person in the house like, who does that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, my mom, she would get a script of Klonopins every month, and I was sneaking and getting them. I was probably 15 then, and no, I was probably 16. So they started catching on to me, and they were hiding them real good, and I couldn't find them. So I remember, I'm gonna give a shout out to my cousin Adam. I had him hide in their bedroom and we waited for him to come back and went straight to him.
Yeah, I mean the stuff that we do, you know what I mean? And you know, today looking back on it, you know, my mom's nerves were shot. You know, don't get me wrong, because me and Nick and then my dad just, you know, we put her through hell. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
you know, today, like, you know, taking our mom's medicine, man, that she needs, you know, to fulfill, number one, us to feel better. Number two, we didn't want to go through withdrawals. Number three, I got a kick out of Army crawling and stealing them. You hear me?
Oh yeah.
But that's just sorriness. That just shows, you know, what the disease of addiction, man, the stuff that we do. And, you know, people always says, well, I would never do that. Well, let me tell you something. I always said I would never do it. And I'd come a $2 needle junkie. That was the bottom of the pits. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I tell guys all the time that I work with now, man, using was hard. You know, the things that we would put ourselves through and have to do to get one more was crazy. I don't have to work hard to stay clean. Nowhere near as hard. I didn't have to rob nobody this morning. You know, when I stopped and got gas, I used my own card. You know, I didn't have to take somebody else's. So staying clean is not that hard.
No, it's not. You know, and that's what I tell people, man. Like actually, I was at Jasmine's house today, and you know, people's like, man, my mind's running 1,000 mile an hour. I said, listen, I'm coming up on 7 years, and my mind runs 1,001 mile an hour. You know what I'm saying? My mind, I wake up, my mind, I should do this, I need to do that, I need to do this, I should have done that, I should have done this. Like I need to call 10 people right now while I'm on the live, and I can't. Time I get off, it's 10 o'clock. So what am I going to do? We got to be at the school in the morning, and you know what I'm saying? Like my mind is always telling me I need to do this and need to do that. But today I can listen and I can differentiate the truth from the false. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Recovery's not hard, man. The resistance to it is what makes it hard.
Yeah. Because we're used to, you know, like 14 years out there, man. Like I didn't want to do the things that I did, but I didn't want to feel the way that I was going to feel if I didn't do the things I needed to do to get what I needed. You know, does that make sense?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I can remember using against my will for a long time, man. You're crying afterwards.
Yeah. Like, I can't believe I done that. You know what I'm saying? I remember driving to the job site down in Tazewell, Tennessee, man, and smoking 14 bowls on the way and knowing I had, listen, and get on the job site and run up and down the job site, the 6 mile road job we was doing until I found somebody that had 10 pills on them. And I was trying to buy 20 of them, even though they had 10 put up for them. I was wanting their pills too, just to get through the day and do 10 to 20 pills a day, then go all the way back to London and have a hookup waiting on you to get off the interstate to front 10 or 20 more to get through the next day. You know what I'm saying? Like always in debt, always owing, always having to lie. I can't pay you. I got to pay this. I got to pay that. Can you give me 10 more? You know what I'm saying?
I'll get you tomorrow.
Yeah. And then we wouldn't answer the phone for 5 days. You hear me? I've been out of town working, dog.
Mm-hmm.
Daniel Deaton, I see you. I love you. RPD in here. Richmond Police Department. I see you. Wah. But so let's get into when you got that knock at the door there, Matt. I remember that, huh? What was it called?
Operation Turning Up the Heat. Hey, they burnt my ass up too.
Tell us about that, buddy. Come on.
Man, I can remember I was about done using, man. I was to the point where it was either I was ready to die or something, you know. And I think we got to get to that point eventually. You know, I prayed, man, and like a couple of days later, 7 o'clock in the morning, 15 SRU members roll up. They're beating on my door. And I look outside and I'm like, oh, shit. They're looking for somebody. And it was me, unbeknownst to me. So I opened the door and they just jerked me out. Gun to the head, get on the floor, What did I do?
Where was you living at that time? Was you down on Waterworks or down over the hill?
Parker Road, down over the hill.
Yeah, Parker Road. Yeah, I remember that.
Man, there ain't nothing. It's the worst feeling in the world. It's like being a rabbit caught in a cage. There's nowhere to go. You're looking out the window, and you're just hit. It's over. Was
you high when they come in on you?
No, I just had woke up,
bro.
A chance to get high, bro.
Hey, look, sitting here today, man, with almost 7 years clean. June the 1st will be 7 years for the both of us. Looking back on that day, like, would you want to go through that again? But I'm not talking about the selling drugs, breaking the law, but that feeling, knowing that it's over with. This is it. Even though you was grateful for that moment of being rescued, period, because we see it a little bit different today. But if you could rewind and sit in that moment right now, that feeling of them coming in, you just woke up, you ain't ingested nothing in your body. That feeling, do you remember that feeling right there and there?
I do, man. A wise man told me, don't forget what it feels like. And I remember the last time I used, I remember what I used, and I remember the morning when I woke up and laying in jail, sick. Yep. I'll never forget it.
Tell us about it.
Well, for me, man, a big part of me not getting clean was I was afraid to be sick. Yeah. And now I stay clean because I'm afraid to be sick. I don't want to be sick no more, man.
No.
It ain't no fun. None. But, I can remember laying in jail, man, not knowing what was going to happen. I got a trafficking charge.
What they hit you with? What they hit you with?
Trafficking, 1st degree.
What was it, pills?
Oxycodone. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they got me on 4 controlled buys. Somebody saved my life.
Yeah, you see it different today, don't you? Huh? You was mad as hell when you was in that jail, wasn't you?
Oh, I was, man. Well, I was worried, man. But, for a minute, I got real selfish because it was all about me. And then I can remember seeing my wife and my kids, man, through the monitor. And, like, I knew, like, it wasn't all about me no more, man, because I would have been okay, but I know they wouldn't have been. And I remember when I went to court, man, like I've seen my dad cry 3 times my whole life. And that was when my grandma died, which is his mom, my mom. And then when I was shackled up in court, it broke him down. It broke me down, man. That was enough for me.
So when you went to court, like, what was that experience like? Now, that was your first time in trouble, correct?
Yeah, I'd had a few overnight.
Right, yeah.
Nothing like that.
So what was that feeling like when you had to face that judge? What judge was it? Caperton?
At that time, it was Judge. Dang, man. He ain't a judge no more. He was redheaded. I cannot remember.
Yeah, I can't either. But what was that feeling like? You had to answer for, what you broke the law. You know what I mean? Like, what was that feeling like?
Well, while I was in jail, I was trying to figure out what to do. What do I need to do? And it was I need to be honest, man. I'm a drug addict. I need help. Help me. So that's what I told them, and they gave me 2 choices, man. Was go to prison for 5 years or go to drug court and get help. So
you done.
I almost thought about prison because the disease is so powerful, man. Like in my mind, I was like, well, I can get high in there. Yeah, I'm already in jail. They can't lock me up twice. I'm already in there. But I'm grateful they put me in the program, and I took full advantage of it. While I was in the program, I got introduced to a 12-step program, and some of the best people in my life, they saved my life, man. And throughout that process, man, I made a lot of good contacts within the court system. You know, Jackie Steele, Brandon Jones, Kentucky Commonwealth of Attorneys, man, they're good people. They're good to me. I can call them right now. Right now, I can pick up the phone right now and call Brandon. He'd do anything for me. He helps me help a lot of people now.
Yeah.
Judge Lay, same way. Yep.
So was that drug court a beast?
Not really, man. I mean, if you don't use and you just show up where you got to be, it's not hard.
Right, right.
Yep.
And looking back, you know, you're grateful that you made the right decision, correct?
Yeah. I can see how people say it's hard when you're used to no accountability. You're used to doing whatever you want to do, whenever you want to do it. And then when somebody's like, hey, be here at this time, or we'll lock you up. I went to jail clean in drug court.
What'd you go to jail for in drug court?
Well, I wasn't living right. Okay. I wasn't supposed to be out of the county, let alone the state. But, you know, me and a guy, you know, was in West Virginia at a casino.
No. I know him.
Yeah. Yeah. We were gambling. I couldn't get him to leave, and I had the drug test the next morning. So I drive straight back to Kentucky and been up all night playing craps and blackjack and all that. And God punished me when I got there. I couldn't pee enough in the cup for them to lab it, so they locked me up for 2 days.
Wow.
I went to jail clean. I didn't even know you could do that, you know. I didn't realize that, but yeah.
Hey, that buddy you was with, is that really your buddy?
That's when you put the cape on, you try to save people. You put yourself in a position you shouldn't be in.
Yeah. I get it, you know, and I get it because, you know, we're used to doing what we want to do, going where we want to go. You know, drug court's not part of my story, and getting caught was never really part of my story. I have everything you can get other than a felony. You know what I'm saying? Like all the driving violations, and you know, thank God they never found it, because that would be part of my story. But, you know, the adjustment for me was people talking to me the way they talk to me, because listen, I'm Mike St. John, you hear me? And you knew who I was back in the day, you know what I mean? Like for real.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, people just telling me and talking to me crazy, man. But you know, today looking back, you know, they was telling me the truth about myself. You know what I'm saying? And like I tried everything out there. Been to Corbin Hospital 2 times. I said, Mom, I'm done. Come and get me. As soon as she come and got me, guess what I went and done? Went and put a needle in my arm. The second time, my Uncle Johnny took me. He said, Mike, you got to stay here, man. Please quit. You're killing me, your mom. You're hurting everybody around you. I was like, listen, Uncle Johnny, I got this. I think I'm done 6 days. I had a plan of action to go to treatment afterwards, but I get out, and I think Mom came and got me, and I went and got my vehicle, and guess where I went? Straight put a needle in my arm, because I was doing it for them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I was doing it to make them happy, and I wasn't ready. Like, I wanted to quit, but I didn't want to go through the withdrawals. But I liked the lifestyle of having anything anybody wanted and having access to anything. You know what I'm saying? Like that reputation, you know, your family, you know, carrying your family's beliefs. But honestly, I was sick and tired, bro. I was miserable. I had to just stay so high to be happy, but in reality, I wasn't happy, because I never got to enjoy a buzz that I can remember, because I always had to find my next hit, next move, next whatever you want to call it. But you know, I was always 2 steps ahead, man, and I just, you know, when I got diagnosed with cancer, man, I gave up on life. And, you know, thank God I'm in 10 years remission. But, you know, I give up everything I had, man. Like everything that I ever had in my life, I gave it up. And I called Mom. I said, Mom, can I move back home? She's like, yeah, son, come on back home. And I wish she would have never let me come back home, because, you know, suicide was my next coward move. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And, you know, Mom finally walked in and said, hey, get your blah, 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 and get your, I mean, she talked to me crazy, bro. There ain't a man in this world ever talked to me like my mama did. And listen, she hurt my feelings, but I'm grateful she kicked me out and told me to get the hell out of here. And I didn't have nobody to call, nobody to answer the phone, nobody to come and get me. And, you know, I ended up in a homeless shelter, bro. Like, you knew me back in the day. Like, Did you ever think that I would be homeless in a homeless shelter?
Nope.
Like, that's crazy. And when I tell people that know me from down there, my story, and this is where it got me to, I got me there, but I chose drugs over everything. They're like, man, there's no way you was homeless, bro. You had this, you had that. I said, it looked real good on the outside, but on the inside, I was a miserable, scared little boy. But when I was in that homeless shelter, man, I was scared, like, for real, man. I was like, the smell, the people, the mats, jail. I've been to jail, but I've not done a lot of big time. But this homeless shelter, it had that smell of, like, I can't put a word on it. But there was a man right there that said, "Hey man, what are you doing here?" I'm like, "Bro, I'm homeless." He said, "You don't belong here." And that man still sleeps there. You know what I'm saying? But I said a prayer, "God, please help me. I'm willing to do whatever to get back on my feet, bro." And I met Dave Russian, Donut Dave. He's in here from the Hope Center. I met him when I got dropped off. And he was the first guy to get, let's see. He gave me a hug, if I can remember right, and said, "Man, I love you." I'm like, "Dude, you don't even know me." Like, for real? But I woke up the next day, man, and I really wasn't thinking about getting high. I wasn't thinking about doing. I wanted help. I really wanted help at 36 years old, man. I really wanted help, but I was scared, and I entered long-term treatment, man. And it took me quite a long time to buy into this, like, for real.
Man, I'm glad you kind of brought that up. Before I got arrested, man, I didn't know you could just go to treatment. So I think it's real important for what you do and what we do, and kind of promote getting help, because I really didn't know. I thought you had to get arrested or in trouble, like be court ordered. I didn't know you could just go.
Yeah. Like, I remember one time I called, and I think they wanted $20,000 or $30,000 because I didn't have insurance. I didn't know what insurance was back in the day.
Yeah.
And I remember telling myself, "You know how high, if I had that much money, do you know how high I could be?" I said, "There's no way I'm going to pay that for treatment." And, but what's Gordy saying? Max St. John has not used since he met me. Fact, Gordy, go write the love song, buddy. That's what you do. You hear me? But once I surrendered, man, and I seen you was in recovery, man. I knew you went to jail, and then a lot of other people from down home, man. But I'm grateful I didn't come back home. You know what I'm saying? Because I really wasn't bought fully, but I knew I didn't want to get high. But, when your family does what they do, you know what I'm saying? It still resonates. Hey, carry the family tradition or this or that and that and this. But, today, my dad's dead. My stepdad's doing 8 years for trafficking meth. My little brother's out on federal probation. Nick, he done a big stint in prison over that. But, that's not the life I want, man. And, thank God that I stayed and people believed in me. So once you got in drug court, man, and you completed drug court, how'd your life start getting better?
Well, for me, man, and I kind of, two dead batteries can't start a car, man. So when I started going to the meetings, man, I started surrounding myself with people with a lot of clean time and who lived the program, like Roger R., Sid M., Chris M., guys who didn't care to hurt my feelings, man. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them men. They raised me, they really did. Chris helped me for the first 4 years in recovery. And now I have Roger R. for a sponsor, man, and he's like a second dad to me. I love that man. I'd do anything for him. He don't care to tell me I'm a fucking idiot. He'll love me when I need love.
Yeah.
Put his foot all the way up my ass when I need it. And he's helped me a whole lot, man. Roger and the people you mentioned, like Chris, we was in the same circle together, Roger, and Roger was telling me one time, man, that I showed up one day and I sold him a tray. I don't remember what I sold him, and he's like, "Mike, you was out there." And I'm like, "Bro, I don't remember none of it." You know what I'm saying? Like, he's like, "Listen, you used to bring cars down here and let me tint them. And,
you'd say, black them all out. I don't want the police to see me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
stupid stuff. And, but he never judged me, man. He never judged me. He never disrespected me, man. He never cheated me. You know, he could have got more money out of me but he never did, man. Like he knew that I was suffering, man. And he always, he was just him. You know what I'm saying? Like he's him. He's always been him. But I never knew he was in recovery because he had got out and got into recovery when I was in my madness, like when I was doing the most in Corbin and London, Kentucky. And I didn't find that out till me and him had talked later on, man. But you know, it's people like that paved the road for us, man, to because we all was right there in that same circle. And you know, some of us got caught, some of us didn't. But you know, if I could rewind the time, man, I wish I would have bought into this super earlier than what I did. But I wouldn't change nothing that I've been through. Even though I'm 43, I got gray hair, and my kids drive me stupid for real. But you know, I wouldn't change nothing because I remember every night, every day, every situation, the pain. You know, I remember it, and it's just amazing. So, after you finish drug court, man, what what are you doing today? Like what were you? I mean,
man, when I completed drug court, just for all you new people in recovery who want to go out here and get $20 an hour jobs and all that shit, I worked at a shoe store. I didn't even make minimum wage.
I remember that.
Got clean. I worked there for over a year, and it was a great place, man. A lot of people in recovery worked there. They worked around your schedule so you could get meetings in. They worked around my college, you know, my college stuff, and it helped me grow a lot. And I learned to be humble. You know, Chris told me a long time ago, you know, put your recovery first, man. All that stuff will come later. The job, the car, the home, all that. So, man, I really dug in. I really gave myself to the program and recovery. And, you know, I got called one day right after I completed drug court from StepWorks. I didn't even apply for the job. They just called me. And they said, we heard a lot of good things about you, and we're looking for a recovery coach, and we would like for you to come in and talk to us. So I went in. I talked to Tim Moses, man. He's a inspiration, a guy I learned a whole lot from while I was there. I worked there for almost 2 years, and that's where I learned, like, I'm real good at helping people. I learned how to build empathy with people, rapport. I learned a whole lot of stuff that a everyday garden variety junkie like me shouldn't know, man.
Yeah.
And I applied myself. Nobody in my family graduated college. I got an associate's degree. I'm actually starting next week my last 4 classes in my BA in human services. I'll have that knocked out. But I worked there for a couple of years, man. And while I was there, recovery housing wasn't a big thing then. It's blew up over the last 5 years. When I was there, we were trying to call and get people in aftercare programs, and a lot of them were not good, man. A lot of addicts were being taken advantage of. So me and the guy that worked there decided to open up some homes, and I did that for a while. And you know, I made some bad decisions in my life at that time, and you know, stepped away from that, and I went to work. I got a normal job, working HVAC at UK Hospital, and no matter where I go, man, God puts good people in my life. I worked for a man who was a great person, took care of me and my family, paid me way more money than he should have because I didn't know what the hell I was doing, but he took real good care of me. But you know, it just didn't feed my spirit, man. Once you work in this kind of field and you're passionate about it like I am, man, nothing comes close to it.
Right.
And I'd never even heard about Protea. So somebody that works for them called me, and I, prayed about it, talked to my wife about it, my sponsor. What do I need? What do I do? His first question was, talk it over with your family. Make sure that that's something that they're comfortable with, you're comfortable with. Like I said, with a lot of shit. So I went and met Emily and walked in, and it was supposed to be an interview, and she just hired me on the spot. And when you give me an opportunity, man, I take full advantage of it. Recovery has given me like a big, beautiful life that I have now. And I currently work at a structure house in London. I've been there for a year. I've been with Protea for a year. It doesn't even seem real. It flew by.
I know, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? I sent Gordy an invite. We're gonna let him log in here real quick if he can.
Oh, God.
But and I remember when you was at that shoe store, bro, because I used to come in town and you would be working, and I was like, I never understood why you was working there, but today I get it looking back. You know what I'm saying? You got to stay humble, and like you said, that 25. A lot of people want to leave treatment. Man, I can get this job, dog. $22 an hour, $23. Listen, money won't make you happy. I've had $20,000 and $30,000. New cars don't make you happy. Kids don't make you happy. Your wife ain't going to make you happy. I mean, don't get me wrong. All that stuff is part of the circle, the full circle. But until you're honest and happy with you, you know what I'm saying? You got to be happy with you.
You also got to be in a position for that too, man. If you're not prepared for all that, it ain't going to work.
Wait, we got Gordy on here. Gordy, are you with us?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Let me see what's going on here. What are you doing, Gordy?
I'm sitting here with my girl and the dogs.
Yeah, tell us about that new song you wrote, bro. Like, what's up with this new song?
Every now and then you come across something that you think would be special, and it was 7 days of anxiety of waiting for it to be written because I know if it was going to suck or not, but it didn't. It was good. The dude nailed it. That's timeless. That's I'll have brownie points for the rest of my life now. So I'm good.
And the reason I brought you in here, man, we was talking about growth, like, coming from where we came from to being where we're at today, and Matt growing, but like to see you, where'd you go, Matt? To see you where you're at and what you're doing, you know what I'm saying? You just like you picked a song for your girl, bro. Like, are you trying to get us in a doghouse? Really? Is that your motives behind this?
She tied in her face. Yeah, that was what I told her too. I'm like, now nobody else can do it because they'll be copying off me.
For real, like, listen, I ain't heard it from Marie yet, but yeah, I got something for you, Gordy. Hey, we got people on here from Alberta, Canada. Welcome, Brandy Conklin. I can't say that last name, but no, and that's the reason I brought Gordy on here, man, because I've watched both of y'all change, man, and Gordy, we went through the Hope Center, and Matt, we're from the same hometown, but back to the Protea deal, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just crazy, like what we're doing, where we're at. But Gordy, what did you ever see yourself being where you're at today? Like, you're getting ready to get married, bro. Like, really? Look at you.
It was no, man. That's all make believe. All this is make believe when you're in active addiction. This is it's all make believe. It ain't real. I told you this before. I heard you. I'll try not to cuss. I used to hear you all talk at the Hope Center, and I was just like, yeah, they're lying. They weren't like me, or they're lying. One of the two. Either you're not like me, or you're a liar. I ain't gonna buy into your cult. I ain't drinking the Kool-Aid.
Matt, when you met Gordy, what'd you think about Gordy?
I knew he was one of us for sure.
Let me tell you the first interaction I had with Matt. It was pretty funny. My girl took a picture of us at Waffle House, and I was on my phone, and Matt commented, he's probably checking notes.
No.
Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, I had to come on to see Matt. I seen he was going to be on tonight. I wanted to hear him talk, man, because I know I always make fun of him because he never has a shirt on, but you see the before and after pictures of him. It's pretty crazy. It's
Yeah.
Man, I was 120 for most of my life, and um, it feels good to take care of my physical health now.
Yeah, I'm 6 foot. I got the treatment. I weighed 130. I'm about 180 now. I'm a little, I got a little more muscle than you do in my stomach, but other than that, yeah. But yeah, I mean, I wanted to hear it, and so I logged on, and this is like everybody on here's family. Everybody on
Yeah.
here's family. We both work for Proteo. Michael, you considered working for them or just partners with them?
I work for him, bro.
And Mike works for him. And I mean, I was there. I was there shortly before Emily, and I was there from Jump Street. And you guys don't. I know Mike's kind of talked to me every step of the way, but you guys don't know where that. I mean, from the beginnings, it's something what they've done. It's incredible what they've done. I mean,
I love it.
it was one house in the Wild West. Yeah, they've done miracles. The fact that those people did not give up is just remarkable in itself. I mean, their perseverance is next to nobody's. I mean, that's coming from people that work a program. I mean, that's how they were born that way. You know what I mean? You can't train that. You're born with the desire to help others. And because trust me, everybody in that family could be doing something else with their time and be happy doing it, and they choose to do this.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's
That's the amazing part. Like my wife was part of Protea way before I was, and she would always come home, and because when we go through the Hope Center, you know what I'm saying, we're taught one way and one way only, and and this other stuff didn't work for me. Then I would listen to Marie come home, and she would talk about her day and this person and that person, and they got to do this and they got to do that, and they got to. So I had to open my mind up because I'm not a doctor, and Gordy Short is not a doctor, and Matt, he's getting ready to be a licensed something A B C D E F. But he's got the terminology of the book smart. But then I started saying, like who are we to judge what people do as long as they're not robbing? They're paying their bills, they're taking care of their children or their dogs, and they're not calling the electric company saying, "Hey, can I get an extension?" Because we've all done that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gordy, let me guess, you had yours hooked up illegally?
What, my electric?
Did you have electric?
I had candles.
But and that's the amazing part because all three of us, man, we shouldn't be sitting here tonight on this computer screen.
No.
Yeah.
No.
When I first started for Protea, I met Monica Bolton. I love her to death, man. Between Monica, I've spent a lot of time with Rob recently, and man, they pushed me to be the best version of me, and I'm so grateful for it. I fucked up, told Rob, I said, yeah, you gave me a house. He said, I didn't give you shit. You earned it. And I really did, man. I worked real hard over the last year, and I'm real grateful for Rob and Jen, Amy, all of them, man. Terry, they're great people.
Let me tell you how I met them. Listen to this. Gordy would come to the Hope Center and say, "Hey, I was like, Gordy, get out of here. I ain't even listening to what you're saying." So anyway, we're driving to Somerset, man, and my Suburban breaks down. The oil plug, the drain plug come out of the oil pan, so all the oil come out. It's smoking, so I whip it over, and we was going to meet Rob, and Marie's like, "Listen, you're either going to like this guy or you're going to hate this guy." And I'm like, "Babe, what do you mean?" She's like, "Either you're going to like him or you're going to hate him." So my mind's like, okay, like I'm going to meet these people and I'm judging already. I'm not going to like none of them. You know what I'm saying? So I call Rob, "Hey, bro, I'm broke down." I'm like, that's God saying, "Hey, you need to turn around and go back to Richmond." You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So Rob said, "I'll send the row back, blah, 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 but I'm going to send somebody to get you," right? So guess who shows up to get me and my wife? We're all cleaned up. We're dressed up. I got my white hey dudes on. My wife's got her hair fixed. Here comes Gordy in a convertible Mustang
with the top down.
with the top down. So time we get to Somerset, my appearance of who I am is destroyed, and Marie's hair looks like I don't know what it was, but I walk in, man, but I see some people that's working there or their clients there that I had at the Hope Center or I met at Madison County Detention Center. And I met this old man, and I ain't seen him in a long time. And I started crying because he was healthy, he was fat, he was smiling, he was laughing. And
Talking about Rob.
no,
No.
but I understand why Marie said what she said. You're either going to like him or you're going to hate him, because Rob acts just like me, really, and Gordy, and you know. But that's amazing that people can have fun, even though Rob don't put himself up here. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's down here with us. And honestly, I mean, he's like, here, bro, here's your car. I'll see you in 2 weeks or a week. And I didn't go get my Suburban, man, for like 2 weeks. I probably paid a real good bill for that, Rob Fields. But they didn't have to come and get us off the side of the road. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have to tow my vehicle. He didn't have to loan me a car from the car lot, a big Impala Super Sport that Gordy owns now because he bought it behind my back, really. You know, he didn't have to do that. Didn't ask no questions. Didn't call and say, hey, man, don't drive that car, man. Keep it parked at home. Like, I went to the jail, this and that and that and this. But, you know, the heart, the caring, the loving, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
And like most people like that, they sit way up here on a pedestal, bro. You know what I mean? You've met people like that down in London.
Yeah.
But the humility, the humbleness of we're equal, man. You know what I mean? That's what sold me on it. And Rob, if you're watching, I'll text you after this and I'll tell you the truth about yourself. But yeah. So Matt, what's going on? Where are you at right now?
Buddy, I'm at the new men's house. Been here all evening, putting beds together and trying to get everything ready. Let me say, Emily and Lexi, they do their job over in Somerset, and then they run over here and they give me what I need and they help me, and everybody's just doing what doing a lot, man.
That's good. It's a beautiful place. I'm gonna come and see it in the morning.
Good.
But yeah, I want to check it out. Gordy, what are you doing besides? What are you playing, a game of Scrabble or something with your wife beside of you?
No, we were just watching your show, and then you had me log on, and I logged on. No, I'm this is my busy week, part of the week. I worked all day today. I work through the night. I work through tomorrow night, and then I have to everything in by Tuesday, and then I'll come down to Somerset at the end of this week and do some groups, get my fix of clients. You know, that's like the dope now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You sit around, like when I'm in Lexington, I start getting fidgety. My girl, she's like, you need to go to the Hope Center right now because I start getting fidgety. And the beauty of that is I get to go, get to go to the Hope Center, you change gears a little bit. You know what I mean? It's a little different situation than it is for Willingness because everybody on DOC. It's a little different there. But yeah, I'll go down and get my fix of the clients, go see all, the wonderful staff, go see Terry and Emily and Jen if she's there, and Rob if he's there. Go talk to everybody. I try to avoid Monica at all costs, but for the most part, I try to go see everybody. But yeah, it's life's good. Couldn't ask for a better job. Couldn't ask for a better girl. Just had a grandson. My daughter just had a grandbaby. My first one, my last one, whatever you want to call it. I'm still trying to get over the fact that my daughter's having sex at 27, but whatever. So yeah, life's good. Just got a new puppy, one of Josh Tackett's puppies.
One of his 15 puppies.
Yeah, we got it. It's not. They said it was the rump, but I don't think it's the rump because it's bow-legged. I think it's just got its dad's DNA. It's gonna be a little hog. Squirt can whoop it now, but that's gonna change here shortly. So yeah.
Did you ever imagine having $27 in your house, Gordy, or let alone a house? You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's my girl's house. She lets me come in and out as I please, but sometimes I got to use the doggy door. Depends. But yeah, she's sitting right there. She'll have her face again. See, she's shy. She's learning to play disc golf.
That's good. I've seen that. But
yeah,
Matt, so like, we're coming up on 7 years, June the 1st. If God allows us to make it that far. So what does Matt do when what's Matt do to stay clean and sober other than going to the gym, taking pictures with your shirt off, bro?
Well, I pray every time I eat. I pray in the morning. I talk to my sponsor a whole lot. I go to meetings. I help people. I just do a lot of service work, man.
Yes.
I stay close to God because anytime I first thing I call my sponsor, the first thing he says is, "How's your prayer life?" Well, I ain't got one. That's probably a good place to start. So I make sure that I keep a good conscious contact with God, man.
Right. And I do the same thing when I wake up and when I go to bed or when I'm in the shower or whatnot. But life can show up like life gets stressful. Like a lot of people ask me, Mike, how do you do what you do? Like because I can't stand to be sitting still and idle. But
Yeah.
And when I'm having a bad day, they're like, man, you're doing too much. You're doing too much. And sometimes it feels good for me to like I went to a rally Saturday, and they're like, are you speaking? Are you speaking? Are you speaking? I'm like, no, I'm not here to speak. Like, I don't have to speak at every rally. Like sometimes Mike St. John needs to sit back, keep his mouth shut, and fill my cup up. Meet people, see the newcomers. Huh?
You gotta get fed.
Yeah, or I'll go to a meeting when I need to go to a meeting. I'll talk to my sponsor when I need him. You know what I'm saying? Because we do stay busy, and which my wife keeps me in check a lot because she and she's awesome. Like she sees things that I don't see, and 9 times out of 10, her vision is a lot clearer because I'm supposed to wear glasses, but I say that because she can see things for more than I can, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes I may say the sky's blue, and she'll say it's dark blue or green. You know what I mean? Like, and that's my accountability partner. Even though she's my wife, she's my best friend, she's my baby mama. My baby mama, huh? My baby. Yeah, love y'all.
Hi, baby.
No.
So, Gordy,
Yeah.
what do you do every day when you wake up, bro?
Well, if you were a client, I'd say whatever I want, but I'm not going to say that here. Depends on what day of the week it is. Today, tomorrow. I'll be getting my notes done for Addie on Tuesday, and then the rest of the week I'll be at Somerset 2 days. I'll probably go to the Hope Center one of the days. But yeah, I just I gotta. This is my job, what I do. Okay. What I do tonight, that's my job. By definition, that's what I do. But when I go, I know my sponsor always tells me that I got to separate work from recovery. But when I go to Somerset to do groups and stuff, I'm doing that for me. You know what I mean? I'm doing that. So matter of fact, I just went over this with the clients last week, is that when we get into recovery, you guys can relate to this. When it's very easy for us to forget where we came from, So when I see a client acting out because he doesn't get a cigarette break, I remember what it was like when I didn't have no cigarettes. It wasn't petty to me. You know what I mean? I'm ready to leave treatment over that shit. So I need to remember that. And the easiest way to remember it is to throw yourself in the middle of it.
Yeah.
A 10-minute phone call is a big deal when you ain't got a cell phone. You know what I mean? To us, it's like, oh, who cares? It's just a phone call. But when you ain't got a phone, it's a big deal. No cigarette breaks is a big deal. Passes are a big deal, and it's easy to forget that. It sounds petty, but if you've been there, it absolutely is not. It is. You know what I mean? It means a lot. So I need to throw myself into it because, my girl's not one of us. She's normal. She got good credit score in a house, same job, 26 years. She's not one of us. So when I'm around her a lot and around my disc golfing buddies, I'm in real world drama a lot, for lack of a better word, real world problems that it don't really affect me. So I need to throw myself back into where I came from, or I'll forget real easy. I'll forget where I came from, and I can't do that.
Hey, I want to give a shout out here to Braden Scott. He's from our hometown. You know him, Matt. Braden, he's actually at UK College, man.
Mhm.
He's always supported me, man. You
Me
know,
too.
and,
Me too.
yeah, he's always supported us, man, because he's not one of us, but he has some disabilities and whatnot, man. But he has always listen. He'll send me a message out of the blue, and I do nothing but smile. He'll send me a poem that he wrote. You know what I'm saying? And like this, he's proud of all addicts in recovery. Like Braden, I'm grateful that you're at UK watching this. You know what I'm saying? Or I don't know where you're at, but man, learn from us, bro. You hear me? We've been there, we've done it. But we love you, buddy. Thank you. But so Matt, how's life today?
Man, life is good. I can't complain. I stay busy, man. I try to spend as much time as I can with my family. Been spending more time with my dad. His cancer came back. Not told anybody that, so
I didn't know that, bro.
Yeah, I'm more prepared for it this time. Last time it freaked me out. It was new, but he'll be all right, man. Or he won't. I've learned a lot of acceptance in my life, and I get to show up and be there and be a son today. I can do that. I can go get his medicine filled, not take them all. I can take him to his appointments. I can be there and just help take care of him, man.
Yeah, and and I'm gonna say this because being there means a lot because I chose to push everybody away when I was fighting mine. The radiation. It's awesome to have somebody there. My dad was there during my first surgery, and Chase Lay, Chase, he was there, and they had to leave because one of his gambling buddies' wife got killed over here in Winchester, and they left me at Nashville Vanderbilt Cancer Center because I told my mom she wasn't coming because I was mad at my mom, and it was a hard time. So be there and just be there, man. Show up and show out because that means a lot. And be ready for anything we can do to help, bro. Let us know. Prayer, whatever. But
Hell yeah, and I wanted it cold.
Be there. That's all you can do. So
I know I got plenty of support, man, and like I said, I'm not. It is what it is. It's scary, not good, but I'm more prepared this time, and I know what to expect. So for us, stuff the uncontrollable things we can't control, but I know what to expect this time, and I'm a little more at ease with it and peace with it. So,
and that means a lot because that's when life's going to show up. We can't control that. You know what I'm saying? God's got the plan, and it's I don't want to make it easy to say, but we all have an exit date, and they're all going to be different. But we gotta be prepared. For life moments, life tragedies. We'll pray, and just we're here, bro. Remember that.
I appreciate it.
So you about got that house done or what?
Yeah, I think we're gonna be open on May the 1st. Me and
Awesome.
Emily. That's the idea.
Right. Gordy, what you got? What you got going on? We've been over here about an hour and 6 minutes. I'm ready to wrap it up. I'm hungry. You hear me, huh? Fat boy got to eat. Say what? Hashtag eat. Here I come, huh?
Right. You do. Same, man. This side on the ground's better than the other place, I guess. I'm happy. Got to go to Texas with my mom, see my grandson born. Got to cover her airfare, which is the first. I believe that I got her set up with my old attorney. She's redoing her will. She's 91. Worries me because my mom's one of them people that once she feels like she'll go because that's how she is. And 91 years old, any day could be her last. But yeah, so got that. But everything's good, man, on the home front. No complaints. Like Matt said, I got no complaints. Even if I did, no one would listen, but I got no complaints, so I'm good.
Right, right. Well, listen, man, we're gonna wrap this up. Gordy, I'm gonna ask each of y'all to give us a hope shot just in case somebody runs across this video on YouTube, my YouTube channel. If y'all don't go like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, St. John Live. You know, if somebody's out there, man, just scrolling, as my wife says, scrolling on Facebook and runs across this, man, what's a hope shot, man, in case they was to catch the end of this?
Matt.
Me, man, give yourself a break, give your family a break. If you'll build a life in recovery that's so valuable, and I'm not talking about materialistic things, I'm talking about the relationships with your family and kids, and just make it so valuable, man. You won't give it up. You won't go back.
No. What about you, Gordy?
When I just took my first, I just got to phase and I got to go. My daughter drove up from Northern Kentucky, and I was down at Thornton's. I'd been in the program about 4 months, and Dave Rushing, because he's on here and bringing this up. Dave Rushing was in pumping gas or something when he was there, and I introduced my daughter to him. And when she walked away, Dave told me, "You know what? It can pretty much said it can be like this forever if you want it to be." And he was right. You know what I mean? Some little things people say that you don't realize how much they mean. They don't realize how much what they said means till people hang on to it forever. You know what I mean? People say things and you hold on to them forever, and they're just little kind words. You just never know how much it's going to change someone's life. Really don't. You know, and if all of this, if all of Protea and Matt's house and your all's house helps one person, then it was all worth it, right? Every penny spent was worth it.
Yep.
So, I mean, no one gave up on me. So thank God, because I deserved it. I earned giving up on. Believe me.
Yeah.
I earned it.
Yeah. You know, I'm going to throw a hope shot in here, man. They told me when I walked in the Hope Center that I never got to drink or drug again.
Yep.
And it took me a long time to actually understand that, because for me, I drank and drug to escape reality. My dad always said that I was scared of reality. I was scared to face life. I was scared to, you know, work out the problems in life that I always wanted to run. And, you know, doing the work, that was the truth. Because when life showed up, Mike ran. Even though a lot of it was my own making, my own problems. And, you know, I didn't want to accept the consequences. But, and I speak this into the jails here, the schools, man, the treatment facilities I go to. Like, I see that, you know, for me, relapse is not part of recovery. You know, relapse is in the mind way before you pick up or use or drink. You know, relapse is not part of my story, because I listen to a lot of people that has relapsed, and all they want to say is, man, I quit going to meetings, I quit talking to my sponsor, and I quit doing this. Well, it's more than that. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that just got out of treatment is not married, no kids, no job, no responsibility. I get that. But as we grow older on this process, we have to grow and become a dad, a father, a husband, a friend, you know, a security guard, whatever, you know, a shining light. Like, I go to a meeting when I need to go. I talk to my sponsor when I need to. I talk to my support group, my fellowship all the time. But I always ask these people, man, why do you pick up? Why do you pick up? And I want to hear more than meet and sponsor. I want to hear like the real raw truth of what's going on in your life that makes you want to pick that substance up to stay numb for a minute. Then the problem's 10 times harder once you come back down or whatever. And I learn from all their stories, because like, I want to know what really happened. That way, if I ever see my life getting that way, I can kind of play the tape out and see where it's going to go. So I got to retrack and plug back in somewhere. But, you know, staying clean and sober is not hard. Like, not picking up and using is not hard. Facing life and learning how to be a father, a friend, a faithful husband, a dad, a son, a brother, you know, that's the hard part. Responsibilities, bro. Paying bills. Like, I get, my anxiety goes to the roof every time I call and pay the house bills. Like, I don't want to do it. I'm like, Lord, help me, God, help me. In 15 minutes, they're paid. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't do the computer pay. I got to call and press 1 and talk to Yuba Sheba and say, yeah, I know. But fear plays a lot. But my hope shot is, listen, you ain't got to drink or drug again. If you want what we got, what are you willing to do? I'm the dumbest tool in the shed, but the shiniest tool in the box. You hear me? I mean, look at Gordy. You know what I'm saying? Huh? That's a hope shot right there. Boy.
Mike, what are we doing in the morning?
We're going to Laurel County Day Treatment, speaking to about 100. Here's what's crazy, bro. I got a message yesterday. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this on here. But these children are under 18 years old. Dad pins is huge, but one had to leave in an ambulance here last week, and it's got real bad down there. So we're going to go down there and I'm just going to share a message I just want one to get it. You know what I'm saying? But, the children are where it's at, and that's our hometown. You know what I mean? So, but I'll call you here in a minute. I think it's 9:00 if I remember right. I don't remember exactly. But, that's where we're going to the school in the morning. So, listen, I love both of you all, man. I am super proud of you all, man. I'm grateful for you all. Gordy, yeah, you stay clean and sober because of me, bro. Just keep it 100. You hear me?
You ain't you since you met me, buddy.
I know. Matt, I'm grateful to share the same sobriety clean date, man. Just you from my hometown, staying in my hometown, doing what you're doing is inspiration to a lot. Keep your shirt on, bro. That's because my wife, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to keep my wife. You hear me? No, I'm messing with you. Listen, I love you all, and keep doing what you're doing. Until then, Gordy, I don't know when I'll see you. Matt, I'll see you in the morning.
See you guys.
Love y'all. Yes, sir. Awesome message tonight. Message of hope, man. Them guys, they're out there fighting the battles one-on-one, man. And I'm trying to get in this comment right here. I saw a comment a while ago and I can't find it, but there is hope, man. You never got to drink or drug again, man. Relapse don't got to be part of your story. If you're out there struggling, man, please reach out, 859-300-1503. We have beds available for you, him, you and your baby. I mean, you don't got to suffer no more. If you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, please reach out to one of us. Help is available. All it takes is to pick up that phone and say, hey, I need some help. It's going to be the hardest 3 words you're ever going to say, but it's going to be the most rewarding 3 words you're ever going to say, because there is hope after dope. And the next one could be your last one. Don't let it be you. I'm going to get some shout outs. Tabitha Step, we love you. Java Evans, Amanda Foster, thanks for joining. Terry Rust, we love you. Super proud of you. Thanks for believing in us. Mustang Ashley, I see you. Hey, good to see you in here. Brittany Clemens, we love you. Benjamin Elkins, we love you. Carrie Price, Lisa Renee Lewis, we love you. Christy Boney, right here in Madison County, we love you. Thank you for everything you do to help our women. Ashley Jackson, I am hungry. I'm hungry right now. But listen, we're gonna get out of here. I love you all, and hopefully we'll see you next Monday. If nobody's told you today they love you, me and my wife love you. St. John loves you. St. John Recovery loves you. Protea loves you. Gordy loves you. Matt loves you. But God loves you too. We're out of here. See ya.
You ain't got cold chill, something's wrong with you. Gotta know it. You in the wrong building. Know where to turn.
I could really use a friend right now. Yeah, I just need a friend. I'm staring at my window pane. I'm staring at my window pane. I could use a friend. I could use a friend. I just need a friend right now. Right now. I'm staring at my window pane.
I'm counting raindrops. Like, where's God at? When will the pain stop? Like, when will this be over? How come I can't stop? I swear to God, I can't stop. I ain't believing God, still I would pray to him. When no one else around, when they brought them trays to him. Like, where my rider dies, it's like I was dead to him.